Dice is back.
The questions are now ready, and our guests are restrained.
Pay no attention to the mumbling in the background.
It'll be fine.
So pull up a chair.
Yeah. Let's talk off the dice. Off the Dice is a time-to-tabletop production.
Building community through the language of gaming. Bonus round.
Welcome to the bonus round.
To the bonus round.
Bonus.
Yes.
It's a bonus surprise.
Bonus round. So here's where you can explain this because it's a little daunting for him.
So in the boss battle, those questions were asked by Lucy, who was our last guest before you. Mm-hmm. Wonderful lady. Hello, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
And
Amazing
how
human.
she got those questions was she asked us 3 questions. So you are now able to ask.
Thought you did homework.
Nerd. So
I almost started watching listening to a bonus round episode, and then I didn't. I was like, "Oh fuck! I wanted to listen to a regular one."
So okay. But so
We're ready for this.
with this bonus round, you're gonna ask me and Scooter 3 questions.
I mean, you could start off. I mean,
Yeah.
during the regular podcast, you did ask a question, so
Yeah.
you could start off with that one
Yes.
while you think about the other 2.
I will. So,
What was the question?
The question to you both is: if you had to pick between shooting fire out of your hands or laying golden eggs.
How
And
op-
I will. Yes, I was going to say
there's
Sorry.
a big.
that's good. No.
that's all
You're
of our-
already thinking about it. I
like,
love it. The clarification for the golden eggs
Thank
is
you.
you lay 1 egg per day. That egg weighs
My ass would
5
hurt.
pounds.
5 pounds.
That's a
Now
heavy
we're
shit.
ignoring the yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Laying a
it's-
5-pound egg would be painful.
Yeah.
Or make it whatever. What I have found with this question is make the egg whatever size you imagine
Well,
it to
I
be.
mean,
So it could be
5
like a
pounds.
cylinder
think about
egg.
5 pounds. Just a total of 5 pounds, because maybe it's 300 eggs that are very small. Is it 5 pounds worth of eggs, or is
It's
it
one.
one egg?
It's right one.
It's 1 egg. Make 1 pound. Let's make it 1 pound. 5 pounds is a lot of gold. Jesus Christ, you're already fucking this up.
That's my job.
Goddamn.
That's all I
So
do.
fire. It doesn't matter what size the egg is.
It's
One
pound.
golden egg per day. Let's call it a pound.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
Whatever.
shoot fire out of your hands. Which power do you choose?
So then I
The
have the
egg.
fire out of my hands question. Is that at will? Or is it
Yes,
at a
yes,
certain
yes,
time
yes.
of day, just
Yes.
all of a sudden it happens?
Fire out of your hands is at will.
Okay.
Golden eggs is once a day, but you can obviously choose when you do it once a day. So think of it as an ability with a
good.
24-hour cooldown.
So you can be like, all of a sudden you're just like, yeah.
But
It's
on
not uncontrollable. It's not like, oh shit, I gotta shit.
but it's on
Oh
a,
shit, my egg's coming.
But it's on a
Yeah.
cycle, like a poop
It's on,
cycle.
well, it's like if you yeah.
We're on
it's-
an egg poop
no, but it is.
cycle.
It's think of it as something with like a 24-hour cooldown.
That makes sense.
But if you don't, you have to use it. So if you don't use it in 24 hours on the 24th hour, it just happens. So
don't
you could
delay.
choose. If you want, it's like, you know what? I usually wake up at 9. I want 9:30 to be my egg time.
That makes sense.
Fine.
Okay.
Great.
Once a day.
I like
Don't
the
necessarily
rules.
that is immaterial. That
I already know my
particular
answer.
logistical issue immaterial.
I know my answer. Rysa, do you want to go first?
Probably choose the egg.
Egg.
I'd probably choose the egg, but
Mine's fire. Out of my
Fire.
hands.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
God, good. I'm so glad you have
Absolutely.
different answers.
Absolutely.
It's so interesting. Okay, so why?
because I feel like you can melt that down and then you can make the bars and then you can just sell the bars and just be like, oh no, I have this really great place where I mine gold and this is why I do this, and then you can just sell gold.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Why fire?
To me, well, because here's it's not about just fire, it's about not the gold. And I'm not like one of those people who's like, oh, I don't need money to live. I'm not one of those.
Money is great.
Well-
we need money to live, but we do.
Yeah, money doesn't buy happiness is a way to keep
Yeah.
is a way to keep poor people from wanting more than they have.
But money does it
absolutely
does buy security.
Yes, by security.
Yeah.
And then that added
Absolutely.
security becomes happiness. Let's be real.
But
Because
let's talk about why fire hands and
Yeah,
stuff.
you're
it's
talking
more-
about fire hands. I'm talking about money. Okay.
the golden egg is like, I understand the golden egg, but it was specific to say it's a golden egg.
Mm-hmm. It's solid gold,
Right.
not gold plated.
No.
Got it.
It's pure
Gold.
AU.
But that is what we use. Why is gold worth money?
But we're talking about your fire hands, real
I think
quick.
that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no.
I
Well,
feel like longer lasting.
Here's the thing.
If
It is
it is
worth money.
It
so
is.
Yeah.
But
if you have
Is
so
your-
much of it,
My-
then it won't
my
be
thought
as
process-
valuable, which is a thing. But then
This
I
is-
can be a real
yeah.
life Smaug, and I'm totally down with that. I'm hella down with
interesting,
being
taking
a
the dragon approach. And
Yeah.
so this is why I love this question, because the two powers are so vastly different. And the question that usually comes up, a lot of people are like, "Oh, wow, golden eggs! I can have infinite money." It's like, well,
Yeah.
how long do you think it would take? A, for people to wonder where you're getting all your money and your gold.
Yeah,
B, how long do you think it would take for you to crash the gold value?
yeah, because it's 100%
that's what I
going
was
to
like.
happen.
Gold is only worth money
So-
because our society decides it's worth.
Yes,
worth
and
trading.
if suddenly there
not
is
money,
an
it's worth
influx of gold,
Yeah,
it's a trading
then
value.
it's going to go down. It's just
but
it's like a
here's
stock market.
so let's follow these tracks. Gosh, I'm so ready for this. I've never discussed this with people who are more ready to discuss this right now. I got to thank Dave, my brewer, for this question. He asked it
Thanks,
to me
Dave.
years
Thanks,
ago.
Dave.
We love
and
you.
I don't
You're the
think that he
best.
or his friends
You're the
ever
best.
I've
discussed
met
it.
you in passing multiple
detail.
times, and that's it.
So let's follow that. Yes, maybe you choose fire because you're worried about gold losing
I'm not
value.
worried about it. I'm not. It's more of like,
It is an issue to think about.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
How
fire
long-
hands, yeah.
Let's say the egg is a pound. Let's say you cashed in every egg every day. How long do you think it would take someone to notice that you have gold? That's one question. These are not second boss questions. I'm not going to make my whole boss section about eggs
Fire
versus
and eggs.
I can if you want me to, because I've got a lot of follow-up questions for this. How long would it take for someone to notice that you have a weird access to gold? Follow up to that is, how long would it take that amount of gold every day, a pound, before gold started being worth less and less
Right.
and less, until a noticeable amount? Because I mean, gold could be worth half as much as it is now, and it would still be worth more than a lot of
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
So how long do you think that if you
It'd
turned
be
in an
after
egg
my
every
lifetime.
day?
It would be after my lifetime.
Yeah.
I would die very rich.
Sure. Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean,
And you poop yourself when you die, so there's a few extras.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
So there's a few little bonus ones for your family when you pass away.
I wasn't ready for that. Oh yeah,
Um,
I didn't think about that. That's a really great.
There's your
Just
Yeah.
That's your kid's inheritance.
yeah. It's like
take it.
You don't have to do a will or anything. It's like I'm gonna poop when I
All
die,
right.
so you're fine.
So okay, here's I guess here's the discussion point is
We're in a box. All right.
you choose fire, Rysa,
Okay.
or no,
Oh,
you
I
choose
chose
no.
fire.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
was
Scooter
gonna say-
chooses fire hands.
I was
Absolutely.
going to
Rysa
say, okay, I
chooses
guess I
gold
choose
eggs.
fire now.
Sorry, back and forth.
okay.
Okay, so who gets taken into a government facility first?
oh, I don't think so.
Have you watched X-Men?
Oh, I've watched X-Men, but I really feel like when it comes to the government,
They would try to bank on that kind of thing.
their
Absolutely.
funding, that what they spend more funding on is finding out where people are making money
Yeah.
more than their mutations.
But-
Let's be real.
But
So I don't think first I would definitely be caught and taken in. But the gold, I think somebody who has an influx of money, you would definitely raise more awareness to
Yeah.
the government first.
but what if I'm taking the dragon approach? And I don't cash it all in immediately.
Okay, but then what are you doing with it?
I'm hoarding it, obviously.
All right, I mean, so are
that's
you
dragon.
just saying you bring an egg in every month or every year?
No, like I just have a bunch of eggs at my
Well,
house.
shit. I mean, what's a pound of gold worth? Let's do
That's
some
a
math.
lot.
Let's do
That's
some
a lot.
fucking math.
Let's
but
do it.
no, I really feel
I'm
like
very
that
curious
kind
now.
of
But just like if you like hoard a bunch of it, And if you can just, like,
and I think that was my big
Yeah,
my big
you would
question
have-
at the beginning
you
when I
would-
said, "Is it at will?"
no, yeah.
With the fire at will, yeah, I'd be very tempted to.
But see, that's why I would try to do, and then slowly build like an underground, like dwarven cavern of just like, I shit a lot of gold eggs. And
Yeah, I think
you'd have to be strategic about
So right now,
I think we
as
both need
of
villains.
as of
Let's
this
just be
recording, 1 pound of gold is worth $21,696.
it. Easy money.
so. You could do one.
Easy.
So my salary,
Yeah.
Right? I was like,
plus bonuses.
so realistically, one every couple months. You
Yeah.
can cash in, and then
So
you pour the rest.
this is once a day.
Yeah.
Once a day, you are laying $21,696 at
365.
current value.
Yeah.
So
So it'd be 21 times 365.
That's what you have, not
Interesting.
what you've cashed in.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I mean, if you think of a pound egg, it's probably not very big.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like,
And you'd only
it's heavy.
to live a
would-
a moderate life. You'd only need to cash 2 of those eggs a year.
No.
3 maybe.
And still have a decent job.
yeah.
But here's the thing: where are you storing your eggs?
So, well, if you slowly start cashing them in,
But you're laying them every day.
yeah,
Every day you're laying
Yeah.
an egg. And if you're only cashing 2 a year, 3 a year,
You've
You're-
got 360 of them.
you got let's just say you cash 5 a year. So you're making $108,000 roughly a year
well,
on just that.
yeah.
Which certainly going to get the attention of the IRS. Where are you getting your gold?
Well, you don't
Do you have an idea of what to tell them of where you're getting your gold?
Well, no. Because if you say I'm shitting out gold eggs, like, it's a different thing. But I wouldn't cash them all in immediately. I would save them, and when you cash them in every once in a while, you can use some of that money to build a little underground thing where you store all your eggs.
So what you're saying is,
I literally just want to be a
you need
dragon.
laundering service.
Yeah.
With protection.
Which now you're
Yeah.
So
jumping
now-
yourself into the criminal
So
element.
really, I'm just starting a mafia.
No, well, no, you don't have to because
But I
I've already,
want-
But you're
I've
going to have to
already-
get involved with one.
Yeah,
No,
obviously.
I've already got
Potentially.
one for you, and the protector, like,
and
shoots
the
The
great-
fucking
fire out of
hands.
his
It's the
hands.
Fire Hands
So
Mafia.
you're good.
When the Fire Nation attacked.
See? So
I would be
see,
a super villain. I
So,
really feel like if I
the-
was given any superpower, I'd be a villain, and I hate
I would,
that about myself, but I probably
I would
be.
100% be a villain.
I don't know why.
Okay.
I would choose villain
So
in a heartbeat.
okay, so Fire Hands. What would you do with your Fire Hands? And would you try to stay incognito
Would you-
with it?
Yes.
Or would you
At
just
first.
fully be like, fuck you, I can Fire Hand you?
I want you to be a camp counselor.
I want you a youth pastor.
Yeah.
Just like backwards chair, guitar, like let's rap about the Lord, but like with fire.
The fire and brimstone. I
Yeah,
told
could-
you, fire and
my
brimstone.
God. I didn't
told
even think.
you.
I didn't even think about fire as a. Oh man, you
But
could use
think
that to
about this-
convince people about shit.
Well, easily as a religion, I would be easily a god.
Sure.
I mean, but I don't think I'd have. I wouldn't. I don't think I could go that route because I have a fear of. We're not the only entity in this universe, so I feel like I don't want to draw that attention.
Okay. Okay.
Look at it that way. It was like even if it's alien or deity or whatever, I was like, don't claim stuff that you're not. But if I have the power to do something like that, I think incognito would be my first decision.
So
Keep it quiet.
okay, so if you're incognito, what are you doing with your Fire Hands?
Oh, I'm just cooking shit. I was like, I can eat anything. I
Camp
was like,
counselor. You're like, all right, kids, time for s'mores.
It's
like,
barbecue
seriously,
time.
You look good.
You're the
and
best barbecue
Okay,
you
alright.
got
chef.
some
That's fair.
You got some veiny fat. You got some like.
You got
yeah,
some
let's just
veiny
get that
fat.
one. No, but I think that would be my first reaction. But I think the power would go to my head, realistically, and
And my
somewhere
eggs
along
just
the
come out of
rounds.
my ass. So
Yeah.
Huh.
But I just think I would be able to hide myself a lot easier than gold coming out of my butt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be my biggest concern.
I mean, you can.
drawing attention.
I can just buy my way out of.
But then
my-
I'd be like,
Until you get the good cup.
until
You
I
won't
did
take it?
until I did one thing good, and then I did one thing good with my fire hands, and I'd be up behind the podium and go, I am fire.
I'm Fire. I'm Fire.
I'm
Hands.
I am
Fireman.
fireman.
Fire Hands Hamilton.
That's me. I'm fireman. No, I don't know.
It's a very. I
It
love
would
how
corrupt
in
me.
depth this question.
Either
I
one
know,
of these would corrupt me.
It's my favorite.
I love this question, and
All right.
Go on about that
I
forever.
have a second question.
Let's
Okay,
go.
let's
Well,
go.
you have to have 3, so
Yeah,
good.
Oh,
gotta have a
gotta
second
give a
and
third one. Okay, second question.
I have to turn my page over and everything on my paper.
That's what happens when you're dealing with a 15 brain guy.
But I got a modifier. I had 2 IPAs.
Only 2?
No, I don't know what was in this.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, I love this question.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
What do you think,
And I have follow-up
Rysa?
No.
questions.
Good. No. Oh, I feel
Also,
it is.
both no.
I say yes.
Oh, you
I
say yes.
hot dog is yes.
Oh, okay.
For
You
sure.
say no.
Okay, for the person who said no, why?
Because it's a sub.
Yeah, but a sub is a sandwich.
Good point.
I like how you slam your like, yes, it is.
That was my follow-up question is, okay, so you're saying that it's a sub. What is it about a sub that makes it not a sandwich?
I think it's the different amounts of slices.
Oh,
I think
so
it's.
the
I think it's.
relationship.
I think it's the levels of a. I think it's the levels.
The levels of what? I'm sorry.
The levels. So if you get a sandwich and you have multiple levels of meats, you have multiple levels of cheeses, you have vegetables, all
okay.
this stuff. So, but with a hot dog, yes, you can have like onions, you can have all that stuff, but it's kind of just there.
Okay.
And then you have stuff that has fallen on top of it.
Okay.
So I
Follow
feel
up
like
question.
You're talking about like the meat and filling, like meat, condiments.
I love how
all that
serious
stuff.
it is. It's like, so you're
like
talking,
the-
No,
so
this
Mr.
is
meat-
Boy.
I get hot on this question.
No, yeah.
The meat, condiment, and then to bread ratio is what changes it from a sandwich. Is that? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
trying
is
to
that
understand
is
that
are
what
you
you're
saying are you saying that it's because a hot dog is inherently just a hot dog in a bun? Is that what keeps it from being a sandwich? That it doesn't necessarily include condiments?
I'm actually like intrigued by. Your
No,
like,
yeah.
I've never
Here would be
thought
my
about
follow
it
up.
that way.
Yeah.
Is a slice
there's
of bread with a slice of bologna and then a slice of bread a sandwich? Yeah,
But
that's right. That's right.
usually-
Fuck your opinion.
Well, but usually is usually bologna by itself.
Jesus Christ, it blew my mind. I will eat it by itself.
Alright,
By
but-
myself. Yes, by
but
myself.
for
I will
like
eat
a
bologna
normal-
by myself.
New hit song. But
Bologna by. That's why your
but
band name,
if-
Bologna by myself.
if you're eating a bologna sandwich, are you just having bread, bologna, one slice of bologna,
Well, so that's my question.
and bread?
Is that a sandwich to you? If I had a bread, bologna bread, is that a sandwich?
I don't think bologna.
See, to me it is, and I was like, because I have a different definition.
What about this? What about a Philly cheesesteak? Is that a sandwich?
Philly cheesesteak would be a sandwich.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So, what is the difference to you between a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and a hot dog?
Layers. It's gonna be. It's always gonna
Layers?
come back to layers.
Is
But
there
there's
a-
no
is
layers.
It's
there a
like an
number?
ogre.
There's no
It's
layers.
like an
It's all-
ogre. But there's layers.
Like an ogre.
But think about it. There's still layers because the meat isn't going like
Oh,
it's
wow.
not
Okay.
it's not a cylinder. It
Interesting.
is it's meat going. It's just like that.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I'm actually.
Sorry. Does it help when I
I'm
ask you to
being
describe something in an audio medium?
I love
when
it.
you're
I love
just
it.
physical.
No, I'm done. But yeah, so
Interesting.
that's what my take would be is that it would not be.
Okay,
and
so unlike the
I've
previous
thought about
question,
this
I
more than
have an
should
opinion
have.
on this question. So I want to let you guys do this. So Scooter, it is a sandwich.
Yeah.
Hot dog is a sandwich. Why?
Well, I feel like anything put between, by definition of when the sandwich was invented. This is me. Just when it was invented, it was putting a layer of bread on the bottom and a layer of bread on the top for it to be mobile. That was the purpose of. What was it, Earl of Sandwich? or something? Yeah,
whatever
whatever
that
it
garbage
was.
story is
Yeah,
that probably
it's like-
isn't true.
It's probably not true, but history's written by the victors. So let's go by that story. But I really feel like my definition, and I'm not saying it's right, but it's my opinion, so it is right for me.
That's okay.
If it has a piece of bread on the top and
Just so everybody knows, he's drawing
Yes.
a diagram
If
of
there's
a
anything-
sandwich.
in between two slices of bread product, to me, that's a sandwich. Whether it be, because I've had a honey sandwich. poured honey between 2 slices of bread.
Interesting.
Let it
Also, but
let it coagulate, and I've eaten it.
Ooh.
It gets really solid and soaks into the bread, and so it's very. You're just like, what the fuck am I
I've
eating?
done
But
that
I'm down.
many
Have you
times.
done a honey and fluffernutter sandwich?
I don't know what that is. What'd you say?
Have you ever had a fluffernutter sandwich?
What is a fluffernutter?
I don't
Strictly,
want to look that up.
no. Strictly, you have to use white bread.
Oh.
And it is peanut butter.
Racist.
Yep.
Well, you know,
Breadist.
Breadist.
I am a bread. I work in a bakery, so I'm a bread.
Some sort of ist.
So it's peanut butter, and it's the Jet Puff marshmallow that is spreadable. So it's a marshmallow peanut butter sandwich.
Okay, so this was the thing I was going to ask you, but that
That's
does
my
still
definition.
result in layers.
Yeah.
My definition is
layers.
anything between
Interesting.
2 slices of bread product.
So peanut butter
That's
and
my
jelly.
definition.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There are 2 layers.
Well, but peanut butter and jelly mix a little bit.
Oh,
Are those layers or is that an amalgam?
I amalgam.
I like how you're just like,
Can you put them in?
explain.
can you
Fucking
make that- When
gotcha.
you say amalgam, can I? Is there a verb version of that? To
Don't worry.
amalgamate.
We'll get his, by the way.
is there a
Amalgamate.
version?
Amalgamate. If you amalgamate.
Yeah. Mr. Hot Dog is a sandwich over here. We'll get his. I've got one for him. So I just don't want you to think that I'm just picking on you for picking the wrong answer.
He picks on me a lot.
You did pick the wrong answer, by the way, Rysa. But Jesus Christ, I'll push the
Oh
table.
my god.
But
He is
I do
throwing
have.
the table.
But I will fuck up Scooter's day with my follow-up question.
Oh, it's gonna. Kill me.
So it's layers. To you, it's layers.
To me, it's layers.
Okay. So
There's also a bit of the bun thing to come into play.
the bun. Okay. Oh, so your assertion, the bun is so. My question is it because the bread is not fully split? Is that the issue?
There's also a thing to that. Yeah, because technically, hypothetically, that's one.
So that goes back to my question, though.
That's another thing that could
So
be.
help me
part
That
of
goes
it.
back to my
panini.
question of that. Ooh.
A panini?
Or what about those?
A panini is a
the-
fucking sandwich.
What
are you
about those weird uncrustables, like the?
those are freaks of nature, and we don't talk about that shit. I don't get those, but they're really good still.
All right, they're delicious.
It's like a pocket of jelly and peanut butter. You're like,
Those-
yeah.
Those prove that aliens exist.
yeah, they really do. That's Illuminati
So-
right there.
If the division of bread, I refer to my earlier question: is the Philly cheesesteak a sandwich? 'Cause I would call that a sandwich.
I would call a
personally.
Philly cheesesteak a sandwich. I would
So-
also usually when you get to hot dog and Philly cheesesteak, what's the difference in size of a bun?
See, hers is
Fairly
ratio. I'm like
substantial.
going
Interesting.
Fairly-
Interesting.
fairly
That is
substantial,
that
right?
is an interesting question.
She's convincing me a little
Is
bit.
is
on
the
ratio
bun
part.
size
I circled
is
that.
the size of the bread? You know, a hot dog is it's generally a pretty small. You know, it's maybe 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah.
But I mean, then what about a Polish dog? And like a big old,
Like a-
you know,
A foot low.
a really big hot dog. Is that a sandwich? Sorry, what's
Depends
right? So,
on
what's
the
your opinion
size
on
of the
big hot
bun.
dogs?
On large hot dogs. I would still say no.
Interesting.
It
Because it's still
Okay, well, we'll come back. Okay, I do want
like
to revisit this, but I want to switch over here.
I am keen to that.
So, your opinion, Scooter, about it
you
being
would
a
be
sandwich.
a great lawyer.
Thank you, but also no.
Yeah.
No,
Paperwork. No.
And you mentioned the idea that it's, you know, in between two pieces of bread.
A bread
That's it.
product. Like I always feel
Sure,
like
sure.
anything can be in between.
Here's my follow-up question
Because
to
I've made
you.
I've made a honey sandwich with a hot dog bun.
Is a loaf of sliced bread a bread sandwich?
That's a fucking slice of bread.
In theory,
A loaf of bread.
in
Is that
theory, I
Like-
feel like
like- when you
like
buy
a
a
loaf.
loaf?
When you buy a loaf of bread, it's already sliced.
Here's the
That
way
is a bunch of bread in between two pieces of bread.
correct.
Is that a bread sandwich?
But I feel like the answer to that would be it would have to be consumable. So
You
in a-
can eat
in a-
all that bread.
No.
Coming from a
are you
baker.
talking about physiologically, technically consumable?
Not as
or
a
just
sandwich,
would
though.
you order 6 slices of bread together
Between-
and just eat
between-
it?
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. There's something behind that. It was like if you take a loaf of bread, could you eat it as a sandwich? Physiologically.
Yes, because you could squish it down.
Could you squish it all the way down to where your mouth
have
is
you-
a
bread,
full
yes.
loaf of bread?
Do you have a loaf of bread?
I do not.
I'll fucking do it.
I know because I've squished a lot of things. But I've when it comes to sandwiches,
That's my third question. Have you squished a lot of them?
Have you squished a lot of things? I would, in the way that my system is believing, I would have to say yes, it is, because I've had a Thanksgiving stuffing sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, but that's bread in bread.
Throw it back to Rysa. That's true. Bread inside bread.
So stuffing is
Yeah.
literally like chunks of
There's
bread
not layers.
with seasoning.
There are layers.
Well, there's chunks.
That
I would not describe stuffing as layered.
So I'm
But there's gonna
Well,
if you
so-
put it in a sandwich, there's a bunch of different layers
So
of
loaf
the
of bread
chunks.
is a sandwich
I guess,
to me.
how would you describe layers in the context of this sandwich
one
debate?
one ingredient.
Is it just more than one ingredient?
It's one ingredient particle on top of another. So technically, stuffing is chunks. But if you put it in a sandwich, you're gonna have
One
a
on top of the
piece
other.
of something on top of something.
Okay.
That's gonna be a layer.
What if I made a sandwich where this half was peanut butter and this half was honey, and then put the bread like that? Is that a sandwich?
You
For those listening but not watching, I described two sides of the sandwich with different ingredients, and then the sandwich between bread. Would that be a sandwich? If you bit the middle, where you get a little bit of both, you're still getting both, but they're not on top of each other. Is that a sandwich? You can't make the right answer. There isn't one.
No,
No,
that's the
there-
best one. I love
No,
this.
there
I
there
love
isn't
these
a right
questions.
answer because
This is my favorite. These are
Yeah.
my favorite.
because technically, no, but technically yes. There's not layers on top of each other, but there are layers next to each other. There's still a layer.
What a
Layers.
What about a chicken salad sandwich?
Chicken salad, you still have a layer of mayonnaise.
But the whole it's bread and chicken salad in the middle. Oh God, jeez, here we go. Do you consider chicken salad to be one unit, or is that a bunch of things together? For the purposes of your definition of a sandwich, is chicken salad a uniform item, or is that layers in itself?
Unfortunately, with my culinary background, I don't consider it one item. I consider it multiple items.
Sure.
Sorry.
Yes. It is obviously made up of multiple items.
Yeah, I always think of
But
that, and unfortunately,
if you
the
put chicken
cost of
salad
it-
on bread, you would consider that a chicken salad sandwich. Or would you consider that a chicken salad sub? Or a chicken salad
I have
dog?
To say, I'm drawing
It would
a
be
diagram.
chicken salad sandwich.
Here's the chunks of chicken and all that stuff, but the mayonnaise itself
put
would
away the
create a full
mayonnaise!
layer
I
across
guess.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's a good
So that could be
that's a
all-
good answer.
Yeah.
It is
Layers.
and I think that goes in. I don't
Why
I
are
actually
you drawing diagrams of mayonnaise and chicken?
I'm like-
the chicken's dots.
But the chicken is little dots.
Chicken dots,
The
and
chicken
then
is little
you
dots, but the mayonnaise
You drew
creates
dots on a
full
wave.
layer.
Is this like a thing that people can buy on Patreon or something?
Oh,
where like
it's
the
going
your
to be
diagram
now.
of sandwiches?
We've been working on that. Scooter's notes. You don't want to see my
Yeah,
notes.
Scooter's notes. That's Papa Scoot's notes.
No, you don't. You don't want to see this.
Okay.
Oh my
So,
God.
so I think that's a good point.
Okay.
So look, I'll
don't
lay
even know what that
I'll lay
word
my card to
was.
the table. I think a hot dog is technically a sandwich.
Okay.
I think that it's a specific type of sandwich, but it's kind of like a square is a rectangle, but a
Right,
rectangle is
I
not
understand what
necessarily
I mean,
a square.
you can hypothetically have a hot dog be a sandwich
Ye-
because you can add a shitload of stuff on it because those are technically layers.
So
I wouldn't say that it is
Cool,
at the
cool.
beginning that
Cool,
it
cool.
would be. I like
Cool, cool,
you're so
cool,
excited now.
Cool. So, a hot dog and a bun is not a sandwich. But if I put some fucking mustard on that bitch,
Sure,
it's a sandwich?
sure.
God damn.
See, this whole conversation.
Holy shit. You just blew my mind.
No, I'm
Okay,
I've
all right,
never-
all right,
I've
all right,
never-
all right.
Layers.
Here's
Personally,
my own counteraction to
never
my
done
own
that.
thing.
I've never done that.
If you're in the Sacramento area, if you've ever been to Gunther's or to Vic's Ice Cream, two competing ice cream stands, I pit them against each other all the time. They're both great, but you should choose one and fight it out. They both offer a hot dog sandwich. Specifically, it is not a hot dog. It is hot dogs sliced in half on sandwich bread. Delicious. But it does make me question my own feelings that a hot dog as is a sandwich. And I don't know how to feel. I'm so torn.
Case
Open.
not
Unsolved.
closed. Yeah, unsolved.
Case open.
We have chickens
I have
surfing on
strange
waves.
notes.
Okay,
So I found
we
a
need,
new because hold on. I really feel like the next T-shirt because we've gotten through.
It's just your diagram
There's so many
of
T-shirts
chicken
that are gonna
salad.
This is
We
chicken
have.
salad.
If you listen to the regulars, not the bonus, we do have the internet helps. Influencers are garbage people, and the next one
Now we
I
have
feel
chicken
like
salad sandwich.
a loaf of bread is a sandwich.
It's a bread sandwich.
No, did you say a loaf of bread is a sandwich?
Ooh, God,
Think
that's
about how many
fucking
people that would piss
controversial.
off.
I think you just get people very confused.
Yes.
And that's
I think
what
it would
we
piss
want.
off anybody. People are like, what?
Yes.
And you'd be like, yeah, it's things inside of bread.
I say no more.
Okay.
You
we
need, yeah,
we need one more question
do need
for
another
us.
yeah, you guys don't want to be here all
This is
that
the
talking to me.
longest bonus round we've ever
Yeah,
had.
we
And
there.
I'm loving it.
Yeah,
You
this is wonderful. We're
are
having great.
welcome.
I have.
You
I'll talk to you.
will
Wait.
not be able to shut me up.
I love it. Cheers. Yes.
Let's launch it.
All right.
Here.
Third question.
Throvia.
Third question. Just make it a simple one. This would be great. You just have like all these, and then
you want like a
just,
simple one?
well, no,
No, make it whatever you want.
No, you can do whatever you want, but it would be really.
I don't even know if
I
I've written down the
do-
questions. I'm so
Man.
confused.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Are we in a simulation?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yes and yes right away. Why? Why do you think so?
I told you, I really don't believe that humans started on this planet.
No.
So there's a reason for us
interesting.
to be able to survive
There's something
here.
happening. Yeah.
So whether it's a virtual simulation like a computer, like they talk about Matrix, because
Sure. Yeah,
one
yeah.
of my favorite trilogies, and I will talk about that all day long because it will piss everybody off to say it's my favorite trilogies
Yes,
because everybody
absolutely,
loves the
100%.
first one, hates the other two, and I
Nope,
think
nope,
they're
nope.
idiots.
All good. All great.
Because
Fantastic.
they have to be watched as a combination with
I-
the Animatrix
I
and
do-
play the video game.
Yes, the Animatrix.
Okay, so
I do think the first one is good as a standalone,
Yes.
but I think that if you watch all three, they work.
It
They
changes
still
your mind.
average out to a really great.
it changes your mind, you changes your viewpoint, and you have to watch the Animatrix, and you have to play the video game, even though the video game was not that good.
There's been a few of them.
It was called Enter the
Enter-
Matrix,
yes.
which was actually a timeline that
Oh
was
my
not portrayed in
It was
the
all
movie.
Which
Ghost
was
and
phenomenal.
Niobe. It was
Yes.
so good. No, I thought it was a fantastic.
It was a really good.
One of my
game.
favorite
It
video games
dovetails
of all time.
I think it is the best movie tie-in game ever. I will
Yeah.
say that on record.
Absolutely.
Of side story movie tie-ins, I think it is the best.
It's the Dreamcast of movies.
I fucking love the Dreamcast.
Because
It's my
Sega
favorite
Dreamcast,
system.
if it was released 5 to 10 years later, would have been seriously relevant because the internet
would have-
sucked back then.
It would have been here.
That's why.
Sure.
Because it was internet enabled and all that stuff. So
It was
the
way
Matrix,
ahead
I
of
feel
its
like
time.
people
But so
didn't-
was the PlayStation 2, but no one ever did it.
no, because their network sucked. I mean,
Well, every
the way
network
to
sucked at
find
that time.
somebody sucked. That's the only reason.
Sure.
So I'll divulge
Well,
on
anyways,
that.
I'll agree with you. The Matrix trilogy is fantastic, especially when you account for the extended universe stuff like the
Yes.
Animatrix and Enter the Matrix.
Last
The
Flight
Path
of the Osiris.
Neo was okay, as
But
a
the last
game.
flight of the Osiris.
Ooh, that is genuinely important to the storyline
Yes.
of the following movie.
And so is the video game.
Yes and no. It is. The video game was good. It gave you backstory, but it wasn't important. The Flight of the Osiris actually is important to the
Yes.
understanding of the second two movies. to
And
me.
what was the one with the boy?
Oh yeah. Where that fucking guy came from? I don't remember what that story
But
was called. But
he's
the
relevant
Animatrix
in
is
the
great,
story.
and the Animatrix has a lot of history of the Matrix itself, and
Yes.
some of the most horrifying. Like I still have nightmares. The Renaissance, the
Yes.
that 2-part series, the animation. I still have nightmares about some of
So,
the scenes in that. Sorry.
If
Sorry,
you have
Tribe.
not seen the Animatrix,
This
please
is
go see it.
This is our extra
now
bonus
is your
plug.
time.
This is the way to look at it. If it's not a Matrix kind of thing, I still think it's governed.
Yeah.
I really feel like our existence is governed by something else on top of just the people that are pseudo in charge. Because there's an underlying
Lizard
some-
people.
Maybe.
Oh my
I don't
god!
know.
Yes,
I-
there
I'm-
was somebody.
okay, so
Could be a hot
I wanna
dog
clarify. I
sandwich
want to
in
clarify.
control. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
talking about. Are we in a metaphorical?
Bringing up the hot dog sandwich.
Hot dog sandwich could be in
I like how
control.
you ended that with hot dog sandwich.
I want to clarify. I'm not talking about like a metaphorical simulation. It's not so much that like someone else is running the world and what we do doesn't matter. I mean, are we in a literal computer simulation? Think of it this way: Are we in a dream? Is this a dream? Is our entire universe somebody's dream, or is it real? Think of it as a computer simulation or a dream simulation,
the
or
dream simulation. I love that concept.
so that's what I mean. I don't mean like someone else is running the universe and we just don't know it.
I don't
It's a dream concept.
I mean, are we us? Are we doing our
genuinely in someone's dream right now, and they're gonna wake up and go, "What the fuck?"
I mean,
Yeah. If someone wakes up, do we just all disappear, or are we the ones who are
to
dreaming?
me,
the things
that's
that
not a
disappear?
binary answer because I don't feel like I can say yes or no because otherwise it wouldn't be a good program. if I knew yes or no.
I mean, you're honest here.
If I knew yes or no,
But what if
the
you do
program would
know
suck.
and your programming tells you not to answer?
Then I don't know.
Oh.
Then I don't know. If the
Whoa!
if I do know and the programming tells me that I don't know, then I don't know as an end result, as any sort of equation. The
But
end
what do
result
you?
is no.
But what do you think?
I believe that is strongly and very extremely possible. I mean,
You don't necessarily have to believe whether we are or not, but do you think it's that's
Oh,
better.
God.
Do you think it's possible?
Absolutely.
if
I can
I got
simplify the
exposed,
question, do you
if
think it's
something came
possible?
out and said, all of a sudden we got this realization, it's like, this has been a program the whole time, and you go, fuck, I knew it.
Yeah.
That's how I would
That's
feel.
a better third
I
question.
feel
not,
like-
not are we? It's do you think it's possible that
yeah,
we are?
Jeez.
I
That's
would
a
just,
better question.
If it happened, I would just be
yes.
like, I fucking knew it.
That's
Like,
how I would feel. It's like,
God damn it.
I really would feel like relieved. I would feel relieved because I feel like sometimes everything's a little off and you go, that doesn't match. And I feel like that every day. Like something doesn't calculate properly.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, you're
fair.
going, I would love to find out there's like, oh shit, we just been programming that shit into your nebula or whatever your brain is called from their source.
We can't give you any pen.
No, okay.
Can I have a small bonus question
Can I have this?
to you could save it even for someone else who's in the beer industry.
Let's go.
Yes. Well,
Is
we're
it-
going to have that podcast. I can feel it already.
Yeah.
Is a hazy IPA an IPA?
Hazies are my favorite.
Okay, just write it down and nobody answer.
Yeah, don't answer that. That one I do have a strong opinion on, and I don't want to force it on anybody
No,
else.
but not only
But I'm
that.
very-
Because I don't have a strong opinion because I don't know what you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think between...
You don't know me.
Well, I can't speak for Rysa, but when it comes to that kind of beer knowledge, I have no idea. So I know where my brain on my character creation is limited to, and I have zero negative. I have negative modifiers on that.
Yeah, you can go back and modify my brain for -20 on electrical engineering.
Oh, here, we'll do negative.
No, but for real, I feel like that's a great question to have on our spinoff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you get
Let's keep that one in the works. And for now, we'll say thank you for joining us
my God,
of
thank
the
you so
bonus round.
Bonus round was
And thank you
freaking
for,
brilliant.
I will say, this is probably going to be the longest episode
Oh, fuck.
and bonus round.
Sorry.
But the amount of conversations that we had
There's
are
one that takes the cake for longevity.
non-replaceable. I love it.
There's some of our podcasts that take
Yeah.
the long route and are longer than this, but not as
Yeah, but not as entertaining.
controversial.
We literally talked about like 15 minutes about hot dogs. So,
And
you know-
we
Oh,
enjoyed
I'm sorry. Were my questions supposed to be easy?
I
No.
love it. I love it.
No.
Fuck your next guest.
Next
They will.
guest is so screwed.
Yeah, they're
They're
screwed.
so screwed.
We may have you choose
Yeah.
the next guest. No.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much
you so much
again
for
for
the bonus
joining us
Thank you for having me.
Peace
for
out.
bonus. Peace out, Girl Scout.
We out.
Tune in next time.
Flip lap.
Talk off
Deuce.
the dice and stuff.
Hoorah. Bye.
Peace. Off the Dice is a Time to Tabletop production.
Building community through the language of gaming.
Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm not.
I like axes.
And I'm Zarius.
And we are Rad Theater, a D&D live play podcast. And by the way, theater is spelled the correct way. Threatre.
B-I-C-T-H.
Theatre. And don't forget to hashtag tell your friends.